Hey guys, so let's talk about a common problem, which is axis misalignment when blending between FK and IK. So I have here a deformation bone chain, an FK chain, and an IK chain over here. And currently the blending is set to 0.5, so now it's being driven by the IK. And if I change that to 1, it's being driven fully by the FK. And if I just rotate, if I just reset all this stuff, you'll see that when I blend between the two chains, now it's IK, now it's FK, everything is perfectly aligned and the axes are not changing or anything like that. Right, but let's just grab the IK chain and add a pole target, because that's usually when stuff starts to break. So I'll add this knee, which is the one that has my effector. Actually, let me just get rid of this so that we can see that it has the effector. And here, pole target, armature, and PV. And you'll notice that it kind of changed position, right? So if I unstar this, you can see now that the axes are actually very much not aligned. Okay, so how to fix that? Well, let me just go into object mode here and add a plane, and I'll remove one vertex here, I'm going to snap this vertex to this top joint here. Actually, let me just disable everything except the deformation joints. And yes, so I'll just snap these to the 3 joints. And that's going to give us a visualization of what the plane should be for this bone chain. So in order for this to work, the blending, the bones all need to sit perfectly aligned with this normal here. Because if they don't, the math is going to be screwing up. So how do you, okay, but cool, how do you do that then? Well, first off, you need to select this, this face, then you can go into a custom view orientation. So if you hit Shift 7, that's going to change the viewport so that it's actually looking down, directly down the normal of this face now. And up here you can go up and create a new transform orientation. Actually, I already had done that before, I can see, but face.001. So now the transform orientation is perfectly aligned with this face as well. And that means that if we go back into the armature and select our bones, then we can say Shift N, recalculate roll to the view axis. And that's going to make sure that the bones are aligned with this plane here. And let me just actually grab all the bones and do that. So now all the bones are aligned in the same direction, and all the bones are all perfectly following the normal of this face here, this polygon here. Cool. So let's jump back into object mode, hide this, and let's go back into our armature. And this is broken right now because the rolls or the roll of the bone has changed. So I'll just move that back to 0. Not working again. And now when we change between IK and FK, you'll notice that it's still broken. Why is that? It looks maybe a little less broken than before, but it's still broken. Okay, so the reason for this is that the pole target position is also important in this. So if I go back into object mode and I'll unhide my little plane from before, and again I'm going to hit Shift 7 to look exactly down this, and I'm still in my custom transform orientation. And what I can do is I'll just grab this one vertex and extrude that out and constrain it to the X axis. and I'll put my 3D cursor on that position. Then I'll go into the armature, grab this bone from the deform thigh. Actually, no, let me grab this from the IK. Extrude that out. X. Unparent this. Clear. Set selection to cursor. And now this this new pole vector here, that's actually the correct pole vector position according to this this plane that we were looking at before. So if I'll just leave this here, but if I go into my IK knee and change this so that's the true pole vector, then you can see that when I'm blending between the two chains, the axes are not changing and everything is perfectly aligned. I can just get rid of this. So here we have our IK ankle. Here we have our FK thigh. Blending still works. If I rotate everything down and change between the two chain types, the axes are still being perfectly aligned. And the cool thing is that even if you're, even if you're way into working on a rig, you can change this down the line, which is really cool and really nice and flexible in the way that Blender works. Okay, so let's just hide this, and I have just a trick which you can sort of use to sidestep all this. So let's add an armature again, and I am going to go back to the global transform orientation, or the local actually, and I'm just gonna grab this bone, move it up here, and move it like this, subdivide it a couple times. So this we could imagine that this would be like a bone chain, like before, right? And let's use the normal transform. So what you can do is instead of just moving bones around randomly, like you'll see in a lot of tutorials, I guess, that to set up joints for a leg, okay, you just just move it around like this. No, don't do that. Instead, grab the entire bone chain here, and we've got normal transform orientation, set to active element, and then just using the rotation and the scaling, you're gonna put these also gradually move these joints into place. So I'm not moving anything. Sorry, I just need to select the right ones. I'm not moving anything around randomly. I'm rotating and I'm scaling depending on where I think the joints need to be. So this is my ankle, imagined ankle. And now when you look at when you look at this little armature here, if you check on the axis, you'll see that the all the x-axes here are perfectly aligned to the same normal, so they're pointing exactly the same direction. And if you go into pose mode, select this chain, I'm going to go individual origins and local, then I can rotate, and it's going to be rotating like exactly on the chain, or on the axis, right? Which is also a way to kind of sidestep this blending issue that that the video started out with. Cool. So I hope this is helpful, and thanks for watching.